8 at 5 starts now.
I'm begging you, especially if you are in an A zone, you need to get out, and you need to get out now.
Leave or die is the message spread across Florida as Milton barrels toward the coast. Hurricane Milton's outer rain bands are already causing concerns with high winds, heavy rain, and even dangerous tornadoes like this one in parts of South Florida.
I think the fear is that this is the big one. And as far as what we know about it, it does seem like it's going to be a catastrophic storm. And I'm getting goosebumps because it makes me so anxious.
Milton's expected landfall is late tonight near Sarasota, but parts of Florida have already been shredded and ripped apart. Video shows damaged houses, fallen trees, and a crushed gas station.
Yesterday I said the clock was ticking. Today I'm saying the alarm bell's going off. People really need to start getting into their safe place.
Take a look at your screen right now. This is a live picture of Tampa Bay. That is where forecasters are predicting the eye of this storm to make direct impact and cause catastrophic damage. You see some whipping winds and crashing waves as this Category 3 storm moves closer to Tampa Bay. We do have team coverage for you tonight. We first start with Storm Track 8 Chief Meteorologist Ashley Brown, who is tracking the path of the storm. Good evening, Ashley.
All right, at last update, and we have a new one coming in right now because we get the update at the top of the hour here. Winds of 120 miles per hour. It is still a Category 3 storm. Just a couple hours ago, this was a Category 4 storm. So it's a Category 3 storm. And every time we check in with this system now, because it's starting to be fed, it is speeding up. Last night we checked in with a storm that was around 9 miles per hour, and now we're looking at a storm that's moving northeast at 17 miles per hour. As far as its landfall, it looks late tonight for that landfall of Hurricane Milton here as a Category 3 storm, but it will remain a hurricane as it moves through Florida, and then weakening as it heads off into the Atlantic there. As we look at the rainfall with the system, what you're going to notice is the heavier pockets of rain with those outer waves and quite a bit of severe weather. There's a tornado watch that has been issued for almost the entire state of Florida. And within that watch, we not only have tornadoes, we have observed tornadoes on the ground. So a lot of the damage, and this is very typical, a lot of the damage with some of the outer waves of this system will be severe weather. And that's what we're seeing right now, already doing quite a bit of damage in Florida. Of course, until 9 p.m. tonight. That's when that watch will expire. As far as the landfall, when the eye makes landfall, it's going to be late tonight. And then as far as the damage, the high water, the storm surge, that happens overnight. As far as when this moves out, it's going to be Thursday before we clear out and dry out there in Florida. Rainfall potential, most locations seeing 5 to 7 inches, but many locations at 10 inches plus. That's why this system is so dangerous. It's the flooding potential that comes along with it. Over to you.
Ashley, thank you. Our team coverage does continue tonight as Lee Waldman takes us to the scene right in Tampa.
The time to evacuate has come and gone. Now officials are saying if you're still here in Tampa, you need to be hunkering down. The rain is unrelenting. We're already starting to see flooding in the streets. The conditions are deteriorating as Hurricane Milton treks towards Florida.
This is it, folks.
Hurricane Milton's outer bands are lashing the Florida Gulf Coast, and it only gets worse from here.
It'll keep picking up hour after hour. You will be on your own.
Other state officials echoing the same ominous tone.
When you figure it out, like, hey, I shouldn't be here. Hey, I need help. And help's not coming.
It's going to take us hours, if not days, to be able to come to you.
Final calls for preparations and evacuations switch midday to ones of try to stay alive.
Make sure you have a life preserver handy. Make sure that you have plenty of supplies with you because you may be stuck in your home.
Milton's winds are whipping up tornadoes with at least 2 spotted Wednesday in Hendry and Broward counties.
No matter where you are, you will experience the power of this storm.
Despite the catastrophic forecasts, some storm veterans are staying put on barrier islands.
If we were to lose a pylon and the house wasn't sturdy, that scares me the most.
But not scared enough to leave.
We certainly fear the storms and the hurricanes. We just choose to ride it out.
As the evening hours approach, the wait begins for what's on the other side.
FEMA is ready.
We have hundreds of state search and rescue personnel embedded in the potential impact sites.
Godspeed to all of us that are in the path of this storm.
All 4 bridges going over Tampa Bay are now closed. This storm is expected to bring anywhere from 8 to 12 feet of storm surge to this area. That's on top of 10 to 15 inches of rain here. It's going to be a catastrophic storm for the coast of Florida. In Tampa Bay, I'm Lee Waldman reporting.
And we turn now to News 8's Kyla Russell. She is talking with Hoosiers just miles off the western coast of Florida, bracing for Milton's impact. Kyla.
Yeah, so we first brought you the story of Marcie Muensterman's family as Hurricane Helene made landfall. Now they're hopeful they'll be safe in Milton.
It has not been hit in 103 years with a direct impact storm. It is considered typically to be a better area of Florida to live in, which is one of the reasons we chose it, to be honest. And I think the fear is that this is the big one. And as far as what we know about it, it does seem like it's going to be a catastrophic storm. And I'm getting goosebumps because it makes me so anxious.
The longtime Carmel resident now lives with her family in the Wesley Chapel area, just 25 miles off the coast. Only parts of their county are under evacuation mandates.
The thing we're seeing with this storm that's different than the previous storm even is they have evacuated up to sea, which is anywhere from like 8 to 10 miles inland, depending on where you are along the coast.
Still taking precautions, the family is saving water in bathtubs, prepping the generator, and moving furniture.
Because it is like watching a turtle just slowly come towards you that's gonna hurt you. You just wait. And unfortunately, the coast is still suffering from all the cleanup and the debris and the piles.
Their home is in one of the closest areas off the coast. Despite that, they've opened up their doors to anyone who needs shelter. And in a true show of Hoosier hospitality, they currently have 2 longtime Florida residents staying with them. These women have lived in the state for 80 years and have only evacuated for one other storm.
Because they didn't have anywhere to go. The shelters get very full. They don't always take animals. There's a lot of things, a lot of dynamics with evacuation.
Just 2 weeks ago, we spoke with Marcie as she hoped she wouldn't lose one of their homes in Hurricane Helene.
We have a home on Anna Maria Island, which got decimated during Helene. Helene ended up being so much worse than anyone ever anticipated, with it going up the coast and to North Carolina, Tennessee, parts of Kentucky and Indiana.
Here are some of the scenes that Marcie saw driving along the coast in the week after Helene. Sidewalks gone, boats lifted into the road, and waist-high water. And as for what life looks like now while waiting on Milton,
trying to be as normal as possible. Not sleeping though. I don't sleep well during hurricane warnings.
Marcie tells me that despite how much has been lost and how much will be lost as a result of this storm, the community is still coming together. I'm Kyla Russell for Wish TV. WishTV.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Thank you, Kyla. We turn now to News 8's Kat Sandoval, who's at the Red Cross. She is talking tonight with them about what Hoosiers can do to help people who are affected by Hurricane Milton.
You can leave your canned goods at home. Financial donations, volunteers, or blood donations are what's needed, says the Red Cross.
The Red Cross right now is responding to 2 simultaneous hurricanes, back to back.
Isis Chaveri from the Red Cross says Hoosiers can help by making financial donations because critical needs can change.
90 cents of every dollar goes towards helping those affected by disasters.
Some of the money is used for food, tarps, or comfort kits like this. It costs about $2.50 to make. It contains hygiene items like a toothbrush, deodorant, tissues. The organization is asking for money because each disaster may require a different type of need. The Red Cross has opened evacuation shelters in Florida as Milton approaches.
And those donations will help to provide a safe shelter, a hot meal, to provide those comfort kits, to just provide some level of normalcy.
Financial donations can be made specifically to relief efforts for Hurricane Milton and/or Hurricane Helene. Aside from financial donations, volunteers are deployed into hard-hit areas. They drive vans like these. They're empty right now, but once they get on location, it'll be filled up with supplies, and they will get a chance to deliver them to the people who need it the most. This is a video of relief efforts following the devastation left by Hurricane Helene.
About 60 Hoosiers, I was told, that are already in the southeast, so there's a lot of Hoosiers that are stepping forward a little bit to help out the people out there in Florida.
Denny Moss and his wife are volunteers from Cass County. They're being deployed for the first time and will make that long drive to Florida.
You know, your heart just goes out to them, knowing that they've lost everything and they really don't have anything to go back home to.
The Federal Emergency Management Agency, or FEMA, recommends financial donations to reputable organizations. They also warn against self-deploying to disaster areas, but rather to connect to these same organizations so they can train you and provide safety and survival skills. Now, if you want to make a donation to the Red Cross, grab your phone and scan that QR code. That will take you to the As Seen On section of wishtv.com. Just look for this story where I've posted links on how to donate. Reporting in Indianapolis, I'm Kat Sandoval, Wish TV, wishtv.com, or follow us on Facebook for updates.
Governor Eric Holcomb is activating 400 members of the Indiana National Guard to be sent to Florida. These are on your screen are pictures of Indiana National Guard members who are part of relief efforts in North Carolina in the aftermath of Hurricane Helene. The governor says additional Guard members will head out today and will be in Florida to work after Hurricane Milton hits the state. Holcomb says they will help the Florida National Guard and other agencies as they provide relief efforts. Indiana's Task Force 1 is staging in Georgia. They expect to be sent to either the Sarasota or the Tampa Bay area once Milton does move through. The 86-member team is getting ready for flooding-related rescues, but will be ready for anything. They say the team had been in North Carolina in the wake of Hurricane Helene. Dozens of flights out of Indianapolis International Airport are now impacted by Hurricane Milton. FlightAware is showing 32 canceled flights today and 40 more canceled tomorrow. As of right now, there is 5 cancellations for today. Most of these flights are in or out of Florida. Our Hurricane Milton coverage continues online. You can follow everything you need to know about the storm on our website, wishtv.com. There you will find all the information on the storm's path, destruction, flight cancellations, and ways you can help with relief as well.